Hey, YouTube comic book community, what's going on? And welcome back to Comic Talk. New comic book day for Wednesday, December 9th. But I'll tell you what, we're here on the 10th, the Thursday, the following day, of course. Wish I could have put this video out sooner for you guys. But we got such a stack of books this week. And the stack's only going to continue all December long. We got 5 Wednesdays in December. Wild. First and foremost, we're going to start with our indies. Of course, they put out the second printing for Last Ronin, so we got more Last Ronin books. I know we were just talking about this in the community on streams, showing you guys a couple days ago that we had several copies of this. So if you haven't picked up Last Ronin, second printing is out now, so go ahead and pick it up. It's worth the read. It's a very, very good book. Continuing on the IDW train, the main Ninja Turtles book, the ongoing issue 112 is out. So issue 112 there, keeping up with the Turtles as they adjust in their new town. Very good book. Donnie Cates coming out with crossover issue number 2. If you guys like your indies, if you love Donnie Cates, who's writing, killing it on Venom and Thor right now, crossover is the book to read. It's crazy, man. It's a world where it's almost as if people took comic books as religion, and this whole world, something exploded, and everything within comics like came out into the world, so it became this whole attraction thing. But they closed it off, and it's like in this dome, and anyone that reads comic books, it's like blasphemy to enjoy comics. So comic book stores are constantly barraged by religious fanatics and the likes. So comics are bad, and crossover, because there's going to be some wild stuff apparently. I don't know if they can or not do that, but you know, it is what it is. Hey, continuing on with Image, or going over to Image, excuse me. No, crossover is Image. Homesick Pilots is a new number 1. I heard this was a horror comic, so we're going to check this out. Anything horror related is right up my alley, so I'm looking forward to Homesick Pilots. And that was it for the indies. So moving over to DC, we got Black Label, American Vampire 1976 by Scott Snyder, Raphael Albuquerque. Check it out if you're into vampires. You're in there, Skinner Sweet, the main character there, and of course Scott Snyder. Who doesn't like Scott Snyder, right? All right, Superman special here. We got Endless Winter Part 3. I've heard some mixed feelings about Endless Winter. We still haven't read it yet because I'm super behind on my books, but we're going to continue with all of them. So here's Part 3 with Superman. I heard the artwork is like, it's debatable on that one. But the variant cover looked pretty cool too, so we picked that one up as well. Gotta give some loves for Soups. And then this is so that was Part 3. Part 2, excuse me, is the Flash, because Part 1 was Endless Winter with Wonder Woman on the cover. It encompasses all the Justice League characters. Moving over to Death Metal, Joseph, our illustrious moderator over on twitch.tv/ThereCanBeOnlyVaughn, was saying that this Death Metal tie-in was amazing. The last stories of the DC universe, implications in this book too, because this has ties to Future State, which is happening next month. DC is wiping the slate clean with some new stories about new characters that they're building within the DC universe. It's only going to last like a month or two apparently, and then they're going to go back to normal, which is kind of weird, but it's an introduction to some new characters, and we're really looking forward to that. Moving on, we got 2 covers for Wonder Woman 768, continuing the Liar Liar Maxwell Lord arc. Apparently Deathstroke enters the fray. There's that one, and of course we had to get that cardstock variant. We've been picking up a lot of these recently. Beautiful artwork there. Let me get that reflection out of there for you. Moving onward, Batman Detective Comics 1032. The Mask has been terrorizing Batman and Robin, and look at the cover there. It kind of gives it away. Hush Little Robin, don't say a word. So it's a character, a villain that you guys know all too well in that book, so check it out. And I guess I must have missed this last week, but they had a couple copies of this. Of course, I've been getting all these character design variants for all the Batman books that Jorge Jimenez has been doing. I'm pretty sure that's Jimenez. Yeah, Jorge Jimenez. So here's the Barbara Gordon cover. You guys know orange is my favorite color. That's why I love Batgirl. and she's now back to being Oracle. So what? Hello. Moving onward, we have Batman Black and White. This is almost like a trade paperback. So these are like one-shot tie-ins for Batman. So there's one cover. We grabbed 3 covers for Batman Black and White because they're just awesome covers. Awesome covers. And finally, the Peach Momoko cover. She's cleaning up, finishing up all her artwork for the indies and for DC, because she just signed an exclusive contract as one of the Stormbreaker up and coming artists from Marvel. I think it's like a 3 to 5 year contract with them too. Finally moving over to Marvel now, finishing it off, we have Sword #1. You guys know Sword, they're like the space team of mutants that protect the Earth from space, led by Abigail Brand. Because it's a #1 and they had a variant cover, we picked up the variant too. It's already in Mylar. Sexy cover right there too. Sword #1 if you like X-Men. Now that 10 of Swords is over, all the X-Men books are back to their normal runs, right? But Marauders is one of the better ones, so we're going to continue seeing if the storyline is worth continuing, picking up. So you see Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde right there. Juggernaut #4. This miniseries is coming to a close soon. 5-issue miniseries. If Juggernaut is one of your favorite X-Men villains, anti-heroes now, apparently. Strange Academy #6. Nothing more to say about this book. You know, Dr. Voodoo and Dr. Strange bringing up the next generation of magical users in the Marvel Universe. So, very fun book written by Scotty Young, Humberto Ramos on the interiors. We picked up the variant issue there. I got to do better about learning the names of these characters. Of course, I'm reading the books. I'm only on issue 4, so again, I'm behind a little bit on my reading. But these characters are going to be characters that you're going to see going forward in the future. So we picked up 3 covers of that one. Captain Marvel #24, still in the alternate universe with Thor's daughter there, Emma Frost on the cover, not in her diamond form, even though she's been portrayed like that in the interiors here. Trying to figure out what's going on with Luke Cage. He's being mind controlled by somebody, so that's their attack plan on trying to figure out what's going on with Luke Cage there in that book. Marvel Action Chillers, this is by IDW actually. Marvel and IDW have like some sort of partnership. Well, they do a couple of these books together. Marvel Action Chillers. You have Spider-Man and the all-new Wasp on the cover, so you know you always have to check out what's going on in those books. Finishing it off with a couple more series here. So Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 54. We're still going along with the Last Ronin. I think this storyline arc is finally finishing up there. They didn't have the main cover, which is a sick cover of Spider-Man. You see his face and the reflection off of his suit. You can see his him doing it's just his eyes, right, of the suit, and him shooting his webs out. And they didn't have a copy of that. I really wanted it, but they still had a video game adaptation variant cover. I am missing one. I noticed that they didn't have it from either last week or the week before. I thought I was picking up all of these, but this is another one for the Miles Morales PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 video game. Love those variants. And finally, Venom 31 Book of the Week, continuing the King in Black storyline. Noel has arrived, and will Venom and friends prevail? Noel is a badass. The guys that are drawing this guy, he looks freaky. So there's a variant cover for Noel there, the king of the symbiotes. And then of course Namor. This is a King in Black tie-in, even though there's no tie-in to King in Black whatsoever. This is like some standalone. I'm sure Namor's going to play a big part going forward within the King of Black. They wouldn't just put the King in Black logo on it if Namor had nothing to do with any of the storyline. So that's going to do it for I almost said November, December 9th. My God, 2020 is almost over. It's about that time, December. We usually always enjoy the holidays, but most importantly in the pop culture world, top list. What were the best artists, the best storylines, the best story arcs, one shots, etc., etc. So looking forward to what content creators over on YouTube, on comicbookresources.com, and all the other sites online get to in their discussions. I know this year was very, very difficult for not only the comic book industry, but everyone in general. So it'll be an interesting topic because we're always going to remember this year where we had a huge gap, 3 months where books weren't coming out for comics. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video for this week. Tell me what books you enjoy, what books you might consider picking up. Drop a like, any comments down below in the video. And until next time, we'll see you then.